Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to another episode of Connecticut at Your Service. My name is Carmen Nieves and we come to you live each Tuesday featuring individuals that are making a difference in our community with purpose. Right here on Soundview Community Media TV. And like I said, you can watch us each Tuesday. And we tend to interview incredible people that are just making such a difference in the world, and today is absolutely no exception. Wait till you guys hear our guest today. Her name is Miss Sandy Jenkins from Shoes That Fit, and before we even get it started, you guys gotta watch this clip to set it off. Roll the video.
Hello, I'm Gwen Edwards and welcome to our lives. Well, there's nothing like a good fitting pair of shoes. Just make you feel good all over. But my guest today says there are so many children you don't realize who go to school without one good fitting pair of shoes. Sandy Jenkins is of Bridgeport and she's working with the national organization Shoes That Fit. And we want to thank you so much, Sandy, for coming. Why did you get involved with this group?
I got involved after listening to Steve Harvey actually talk about why he has so many bathrobes around his house. And I thought, why do I have so many shoes? I have more shoes than I'll ever wear. And it just made me start thinking about doing something with shoes and children. And it made me also realize when I was a youngster, I had shoes that didn't fit, that were raggedy, so to speak. And I started Googling because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel and found this organization, Shoes That Fit.
Now, tell us the mission of Shoes That Fit.
The mission for Shoes That Fit is to put brand new athletic shoes on children who go to school with ill-fitting shoes. A lot of our children that unfortunately, shoes are a visible form of poverty. So a lot of our children go to school with shoes that don't fit for whatever reason, and Shoes That Fit's mission is to provide those kids in most need with a brand new pair of athletic shoes.
And how is this done? How do you get the shoes to the kids?
Okay, I'm a volunteer, so what I do is I'm a volunteer and I contact the liaison at a school. I send a letter to the principal and they will respond with a liaison, and they will send me a list of all the names and shoe sizes and ages of the children, and then I gather all my friends and pass out cards to them with the information on it of the children, and they go buy the shoes or I buy them. And once I have gathered all shoes, I label them with the child's name and age and with the card and deliver them personally, which is the best.
And what's the reaction?
Oh my goodness. It's just amazing. If I could share one little girl, when I went to Roosevelt School named Maria, had on a little dress, and my friend bought shoes instead of sneakers, which was fine, but they're little black shoes. When she put them on, she just ran up to me and she hugged my legs. You know, and I'm looking down at this little girl, I'm sorry, because I get emotional because she was so grateful for those shoes, and it just made my day.
And very quickly, how to contact you?
You can contact me at my cell, 203-212-6156.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And we want to thank you for watching our lives, and we hope to see you the next time.
If you're watching and you don't have tears in your eyes, then I don't know. Because Miss Sandy, I just think that you were just absolutely amazing. And just that little clip, I'm like, you know what, maybe we should have saved it to the end because I'm kind of a mess right now. But before we get into the work that you're doing, it's for us, it's really important that we get to learn and know and just celebrate the individuals behind the work. So I know you're a Bridgeport girl.
Yes.
And I know that you went to Roosevelt.
Yes.
And that you lived in Marina Village.
Yes.
So you're a Bridgeport baby, born and
all
raised.
the way.
So tell me about you.
Well, as you said, grew up on the south end of Bridgeport in Marina Village, which was just a great time. You know, when I look back, it was great, and then there were things that weren't great, but I absolutely enjoyed it because of the playing. You know, we played outside. Like when I was young, we did creative things. Like we didn't have this with the thumbs, you know. I would make colored water out of flowers. You know, we played, what was it called? Pops on the side of the building, you know, and just the games and the fun growing up. And there were other things that, of course, weren't as fun, but I have such a love for growing up in Marina Village. I'm actually, well, I retired, but I was on a committee for over 13 years because what we did was give back to those still living in Marina. Me and a bunch of other friends that grew up there. Every year, actually, we still do. We have a picnic at Seaside Park, and we buy the food, whatever's needed, and celebrate who we were back then and who we are and who's still around. It's just a fun thing to do. And worked in Bridgeport, worked for the state of Connecticut. I had a lot of jobs in Bridgeport when I look back, when I think about it. But I just have such a love for this town. I really do. And growing up here, in the projects, was challenging. And I'm just at a point where I can give back to my community. Why not?
And what a fun way to give back.
What a absolutely fun
good
way.
way to give back, no less.
It really is, Carmen. To put a pair of shoes on a child is life-changing.
Right? Because they're new, right?
Because they're new. And I know what that's like because I was that child. Growing up in the projects, my mother had challenges, so...
Miss Sandy, don't make me cry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know. I don't want to cry either.
No,
but,
please continue.
we have challenges, know, and my mom, God bless her, may she rest in peace, she had her challenges, but I had shoes that didn't fit or they would have holes in them. So I grew up having cardboard in my shoes and actually would put cardboard over the cardboard because the cardboard got a hole. So those memories stay with you. I think that's why I'm so happy to do what I do, because I know what that feels like, to go to school, be ridiculed or whatever. Kids can be cruel. And to look at someone's shoes and to tease them is a painful thing. So it's such a joy now that I can at least take a little bit of pain away from a child. Why not?
And I hadn't even realized that there's a name for it. You said on the interview, a visible form of poverty.
Shoes are, think about it, children who grow up, in an impoverished environment, maybe their parents are unable to provide decent shoes, and kids go to school with these shoes that brings them shame. And I know what that feels like. There was a little boy that would go to school with his sister's pink jelly shoes on, and he didn't always go to school. They were wondering why he was absent a lot. Because he was ashamed. One of the teachers actually found him behind the bushes hiding, and she just looked down and then she knew, why he was absent. So it is a visible sign of poverty.
My husband has so many shoes, and he likes to coordinate and things like that. So we know what that is.
Yes.
And I would tell you, he would love you already.
Aww.
I'm telling you, because he was asking me last night who was going to be on, and I was telling him. So Victor, Miss Sandy.
And I'll buy you a pair of shoes.
Let us know if we're going to be able to kind of help out.
Yes.
So I know that Shoes That Fit is an organization that is from California.
Yes.
Right? So tell me a little bit about that and how can people reach you if they want to help you?
Okay.
And I want to backtrack into some other personal stuff.
Okay.
I know you served on some committees, and giving back to the community is not new to you.
No.
But tell me about the organization out of California.
Well, they are based out of Claremont, California, as you said. And I found them. I was actually listening to, they said it on Gwen's show, listening to Steve Harvey's story about white identity. That's how I found them and got connected. Because when I started, I was buying shoes initially. They would tell me what's needed, and I would have them shipped from Amazon to Claremont, California, to my contact Lee at the time. And then I kept thinking, this isn't enough. It's not enough. I want to do more. And that's how I got more involved with what I'm doing now. But they're a huge organization. We just celebrated. I can't not say this. Last year was our 30th anniversary. So Shoes That Fit has been, out for 30 years by the founder, Miss LOD, who I love. Not met her, but she sent me a letter, which I'm so proud of. I treasure the founder who got this started. So they've been in existence for 30 years. Been a long time. And they fit, I forgot how many children, maybe over 200,000 pairs of shoes have been fitted. I don't know if not just last year, I think maybe over a few years. So they fit a lot of shoes. They do tremendous work. So that's how I kind of got involved. I found them.
So if people wanted to find out kind of how they can reach you, Miss Sandy,
okay,
how would our viewers do that, or anyone that wanted to get involved?
I think the best way is, there's two ways. You can contact me first. I always give out my cell, which is 203-212-6156, or go to shoesthatfit.org directly and you can look at all the information, how to donate, and you can reach me through them also.
And it's through the donate tab.
It's through the donate
they
tab.
Would
They could find me because I have a direct link to them, but it's just too long. I should have given it to you in advance. But if you contact me, I'd be happy to provide whatever's needed. Give you my email, contact me. I'll forward you my link because you can make a direct donation to my site specifically.
And then do they have to put in your name or just put in Connecticut?
No, they would have to put in my name and students
And
for
what's your
Bridgeport. My name is Sandy Jenkins. With shoes that fit.
I just think that that's amazing. And one of the things you said, and that a lot of people that we have on our show say the same thing, that, and let me tell you, you're doing a lot, because you've been a volunteer for what? We're going almost 5 years, right?
Yeah, 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, I know.
So have you counted how many?
I try not to, because then
Okay.
that means I'm older. I'm 5 years older.
I was thinking about how many shoes.
Oh, gosh.
have.
Oh, no. No. The only thing I remember telling, I think when I have more shoes than I'll ever wear. I've not counted. I just know I might put, it depends, 20, 25 with a school. So I don't really care. I just want to make sure I'm fitting children. It doesn't matter to me the numbers as much as did a child get a new pair of shoes. Like I had a teacher called me a couple of days ago. A child came to school with slippers, their mother's slippers. And she says, Sandy, can you help us? I'm like, I called her right away, of course. But then we found out later it was an accident. The grandpa was watching the child or something and put the wrong shoes on. So, I try to be there immediately if I can,
So so you mentioned that part of the process was that you would connect with the school. So is it certain schools right now? How does somebody, if they wanted to be one of your schools that you help, how do we do that?
I go back to call me first because I got to make sure I got funding.
Okay.
Because you got to have that funding. So if I have the funding, the school can contact me, and then I will, get back to them and let them know if I can help them, or if I can't, I'll make sure I put them on my hold list because I have a hold list and get back to them. I'm actually fitting Columbus
like a wish
School.
list, right?
Yeah, right now I have to, but I'm waiting for some shoe delivery tomorrow, so I'm going to do Columbus School in Bridgeport, which is so cool. Yeah, I can't wait. Hi, Miss Gladys, if she's watching. I'll be at Columbus School this week or next week, but contact me directly. I think that's the best way, and I can answer questions, or the website, and you can always contact Shoes That Fit in California, and they'll be happy to answer questions also on my behalf.
So if we have because just one of the things you said, and I keep going back to that, is that we often say, and my point with that is that you're doing a lot. And one of the things you said, I felt like it's not enough, right?
Yeah.
And I just think that a lot of people in Bridgeport get a bad rap because there's a lot of givers.
Yes.
And a lot of really good, intentional individuals.
Yes.
That if any one of our viewers or someone that sees this taping is interested in helping you, like, could they be like a volunteer under you, or can they do their own thing?
They can do their own, have their own site. They can help me. I've had people help me because I do it on my own, and that's why I limit the number of shoes right now. But if I have a volunteer, I can do more shoes. But they can do it themselves. Contact shoesthatfit.org and sign up with them. Or call me if you want to help me out, and I can help you, get started, and tell you what I did, or you can help me deliver to Columbus School.
Now, would you accept shoes that are kind of new, but maybe directly given to you, and then maybe you have a kiddo and maybe you don't?
I've had that done, actually. I have an area in my house where people have left shoes on my door, which I say, don't do that. But because it's always specific to the size of the child, but it's okay.
They don't need the gratitude piece of it. They just want to do good.
And I get it. So, I'm sorry, ask me that again. I just lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
I was saying that if somebody wanted to donate a brand new pair of shoes to you, could they do them onesie, twosie, even if they don't know who might need it, just because?
I say yes because I have people who will call me needing a pair of shoes. And if in my inventory, if I have it, then I'm going to get it right to you. So I'll say yes, I will take shoes. I didn't initially, but now I am because I fitted homeless children. God directs me that way. I fitted a homeless girl at Walmart. and it's only the Lord, I know. So I will have shoes in my car in case I run into a situation, which I have. A child will need a pair of shoes. Why not? Give them a pair of shoes. Why not?
I think that's amazing. And not only are you doing shoes that fit, which we'll come back a little bit back to that, but you have been part of different, or you and I met at a community event where you were giving out information. And I remember the second I met you, I was like, I gotta have you on my show. I gotta have you on my show. And I had your card and we were trying to connect.
Yes.
And I think we tried to connect for like a while.
It's been,
right?
Yeah, because it was June.
You're
right. It was
been
June.
Like this year. No, this June will be a year.
Yes.
So it's been about 6 months. And you had a little booth with information and little cards, and this is what we're trying to do. And I know that this is not the only thing that you've done in your, I need to give back to my community, because let me tell you, I don't know if, this feels like this is a full-time job kind of thing, just with the outreach and making sure you get the word out and celebrating individuals that you're helping and giving kind of on the spot. But you've been associated with other organizations throughout the years.
Yes.
Is there any, other than Shoes That Fit, because I know that's your favorite, but are other organizations that you have worked with in the past that you felt kind of good about what you were doing there?
Honestly, every organization I think I've worked with, I felt good about, because I wouldn't have done it. Like, I've been with Miss Deborah Cavanis in the Juneteenth. I was a Juneteenth Marshal 2021.
Please hold.
I've been part of sickle.
Hello? Hi. Let me just take the call, because then it goes away. Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service.
Can you hear me?
We can. Can you hear us? Hello? Hello? Hi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for calling. Do you have a question for the fabulous Miss Sandy?
Yes, I just think that she's doing an awesome job with Shoes That Fit.
Oh, thank you.
I think.
Go ahead, honey. We can hear you.
Okay, and I just wanted to know in specific class that she does at the different schools.
Ask the question again. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Does she do a specific class at
Or
the
age,
school?
or age.
Oh.
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Yeah.
The school, I send the school a list, so they choose the child who is in need, because they can identify that child, so they will give me the information on the child. I don't choose, they do, because the teachers work with the children, so they know what child needs a pair of shoes. So that's how that child is identified, if that helps you.
Okay.
Is that-
So then
We could hear us in the back.
So you go from K through 8, and it's based on the teacher?
No, I'm sorry. I go through whatever names the school provides to me, because they know what child is in need. They can identify,
Right,
so it
she's
doesn't
asking if
matter.
there's an age.
There's no age.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's a need. If the child needs new shoes, if they're in high school, whatever, we got to get them some shoes. Or
so
I
you
feel
do
I have.
K
It
through
depends.
12 kind of.
I'll do K through 12. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. If that helps, you understand better. It's up to the school to identify what child is in need.
Oh, okay. I thought that maybe you targeted a specific class
Oh no, ma'am.
or grade.
No, it's just a specific need. If there's a child that goes, like if a
Or the
boy
school
goes with a girl,
selects,
the
right?
school selects a child for me and then sends me the information.
Did that answer your question, caller?
It did.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sandy
Thank
and
you.
Carmen. Thank you. I enjoyed watching.
Aw.
Thank you.
God bless and
Yes.
thank you, and keep watching. We come on each Tuesday.
Okay, sure will.
Okay, bye-bye. So before we got the caller, you were talking about the different groups that you
Oh, yes.
have volunteered
and
with in the past.
For years, I was with the Sickle Cell Association. I would walk.
You are a hot commodity, Miss.
And I didn't even know it. Had no idea.
Hello and welcome to Connecticut at your service. Do you have a question for Miss Sandy?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Okay, my name is Beverly Hines.
Hey, Miss Beverly, how are
I'd
you?
like to know how anyone can contribute, donate to the shoe.
Hi, Miss Bev.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. You just contact me directly, and then when I get a next school, I will be happy to have you on my list and give you, the information of the child so you can go shop for the shoes or, however you want to do it or donate. Actually, you can go to my website directly too, which I can provide that information, and you can donate directly. One pair of shoes on my website is, it'll have that information, Bev, or I'll get it to you.
Could you give me your phone number?
Yes, it's going to be 203-212-6156. And just, call me directly and I'll be happy to answer questions and tell you exactly, what you need to do to help me out, or help a child out, actually.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to pick up another school?
Yeah, I'm actually filling a school, Columbus, this week. So when I get my next school, I will be happy to call you.
So if they call you and say, Miss Sandy, I would like to donate, and maybe you don't have a kiddo that right now, I know you have like a wait list, I know you do. And so they can you'll call that person back and say, listen, we've got a call for, a kiddo this age that wants, and no particular brand or anything like that, whatever that's in their heart to give.
It's key. When I started, that's what Shoes That Fit told me. It doesn't matter what particular brand, but now that I have a certain account established, they will send me name brand. I'll get Nike, Puma, Adidas, or Skechers, which I love. That's why I like having people donate, and it makes it easier. They are. Oh my gosh. The stories I could tell you with these kids are just hilarious.
And the
I
difference
know,
that
they
you're
used
making.
to call those Jeepers, remember?
Yeah.
What's a Jeepers? What's that?
There was some sneaker.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Tennis shoes.
Am I not old enough? I don't know.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, Miss Beverly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
God
Good
bless,
night.
and please make sure you follow up and get involved.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Sandy is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Aw, sweetheart.
So, Miss Sandy, before I forget, because we may have some callers, and we'll go back to that
Okay.
question.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
still going to take us 3 times to kind of get it. But just tell us again. So, we're here with Miss Sandy Jenkins, and she is with Shoes That Fit. We're going to leave the website displayed just for a second while we take this call. You are, well, girl, I got to have you on the show
Thank you,
again.
and I'll come.
Welcome to Connecticut at your service. Do you have a question for Miss Sandy?
Yes, Miss Carolyn, I love the work that she does. Wonderful. I want to know if there's organizations that could help raise funds. Does she contact organizations that will maybe help raise funds if they know about her?
The best way to do that is to find her, call her, go through her website, and she'll give you some information.
Yes.
I mean, there isn't a nonprofit that is doing good work that can be done without the support of the community.
That's right.
The love. I think in the Gwen Edwards interview, you were talking about how you were giving cards to your friends and just be like, I have this kiddo and they need this pair of shoes. So there's definitely ways that, and I didn't want to answer for you, but it's, really it's about finding her. Today's show is really talking about the organization, what you do, and how they can connect to you and get involved with you.
Yeah, but you said it right. And I want to say hello, Carolyn, and thank you for that
She's
question.
like, I already know who it is.
I recognize the
I
voice.
love it.
Yeah, but you said it absolutely right. The fundraising part isn't easy, but this is what I want to do. So I'm going to have the money out of my own pocket, whatever. But I want to say thank you to certain organizations that have helped me. City of Bridgeport's helped me. Congressman Hines has helped me. All the friends that have just stepped up. I mean, what I love is people don't, oh, no, I can't help. They're just willing and wanting, to help. So however you want to donate to me or on my website, just, that's how I've been able to raise money and keep it going. I've been blessed.
Well, I can tell you, my husband already loves you. So
I love you.
whatever it is, honey, I'm committing us to
Yes.
a couple pairs.
You've got a pair of shoes
So
coming.
you've got some donors because
Yes.
this would be something that would make him feel good. And it's stuff that couples can do together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a couple. Actually, no, they shopped together because they told
That's
me
awesome.
they
Well,
were
my
shopping.
husband likes to shop,
and they
so
bought
we're good.
9 pair of shoes for me. 9.
I don't
God
know that
bless.
I can do that many.
No, I'm
but we
just
may
saying.
have some friends that might be able to kind
I'm
of
just letting say.
help out. Thank you so much, Miss
Thank you,
Carolyn,
Carolyn.
for calling in and just for being just fabulous and helping out and supporting Miss Sandy.
You're welcome. Keep the good work up, Sandy.
Thank you.
Good
I
job.
will. Aw.
Thank you. You are hot today, girl. So I just want to make sure that we don't forget how to get in touch with you. So it's Shoes That Fit. What's your cell number one more time?
203-212-6156, and then shoesthatfit.org. Those
I
ways.
just think that is just amazing.
Aw,
so
thank
really
you.
quickly, I want to just wrap up. I just want to make sure that I finish the question because people think that the little things that they do don't contribute, and you have a lifelong history of living in Bridgeport, supporting Bridgeport, being for Bridgeport, being positive about Bridgeport, giving back to the youth here, but you've also been involved in a couple of other organizations. I wanted to get I know you said we just work with everybody, but you've done a lot of stuff with like Juneteenth, right? What other organizations?
I'm trying to
have
think,
you
and
been involved
I mentioned I've walked for Alzheimer's disease. Yeah, it's been several years. I have
Makes
to think
sense about
back.
the walk.
Yeah, because I'm a walker. I love
Okay.
walking, so a lot of the organizations I've helped out is through their walking things. Like I just walked for the Cancer Association at Westport last year for a friend who, his mom had that. But I'm trying to I can't even remember all there was the African American Association. I used to be part of Bridgeport Library had this was years back, had an association. I can't even remember. I've been involved for
Juneteenth,
years.
You were a Grand Marshal.
And I've been in the parade, both years, yeah. Well, we couldn't have it 2020, but and that was an honor that Deborah had me be a Juneteenth Marshal. That's an honor that I was happy to, have. So, and I can't even remember everything. I have done a lot, yeah. So that's why I'm glad I'm retired now. I need a little rest.
So you could volunteer more.
Yeah, no. I could do the Shoes That Fit more. I put more time into that now.
And you could definitely tell it's a love.
It is.
Just from the Gwen Edwards show and all of that. We're wrapping up, so we won't be able to take this caller, but I would love for you to give any last. I don't want to hang up on them, but I don't know if we have enough time to answer the call. Okay, and I lost them. I'm sorry if I lost you. Any last words, Miss Sandy?
Other than I want to thank you for having me on, because it's such an important, I think, nonprofit to do. To put shoes on a child, it's more than that. You affect a child's spirit when you give them a new pair of shoes, and you help their families. That's another thing. The parents who, want to contact me or have contacted me are very grateful. But I just say, if you don't want to contact me, go to shoesthatfit.org, be a volunteer yourself, but reach out and help. There's a lot of children in need that need a good pair of shoes. So I just ask that you do that.
And I think the message is get involved. Every week we feature individuals that are just transforming communities by what they do, not only through their jobs, but through just the everyday things that they do that starts from family and starts from all the different things that make a difference. Listen, if you think Miss Sandy was awesome, make sure I want to thank you. I want to thank our team that's here. That's all volunteers as well here at Soundview Studios. Just featuring individuals that are making a difference. Miss Sandy, thank you so much for coming on. And for everybody that's out there, get involved, make a difference, continue to transform. And we will see you back each Tuesday at 6:30 where we're going to feature individuals that are making a difference, just like Miss Sandy.